Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redmen TV and the player rankings part of the day where we pick up the players' faces behind me and put them somewhere between boss, sound and your messing. But I need you guys to help me do that because otherwise it's all on me and nobody wants to see that, let's be honest. So yeah, do let me know in the chat where the players should be, where they should rank, and not just in terms of the categories themselves, whether it be a high boss, high sound, high you're messing, low you're messing. You get the drill. And also, once I've done that, if you think they're too high or too low, then let me know as well, and I can move them accordingly. So let's dive straight into it then. After Liverpool just about got over the line against Wolves, the second half was not pretty, and that's probably doing it a bit of a favour, to be honest. It was a bit shit. But we got there. We got all 3 points, and that's kind of all that matters. Kind of. It has to be better than that, though, let's be honest. Setting your stall out early there. I think you're about to be proven wrong immediately, actually, because I thought Allison Becker is in and around the boss. What a save. Like, we were indebted to a few players today, certainly second half, as I mentioned, but Allison Becker is most defo one of them. Like, that one-on-one save. And there's been some question marks around Allison Becker and the heights he's able to reach since returning from injury. And when he went down injured today, it was about a minute or so after that massive intervention, massive save. And yet, still, on here, mate, sorry, on the YouTube. And yet, when he went down, I was fearing for my life because he pointed like towards his calf immediately. And I was like, oh no. For a man who has a track record, a blighted track record of picking up muscular injuries, in his calf included, I was panicking, I'm not going to lie. And then Robertson sort of turns to the bench and suggests he needs some sort of treatment. I was thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. Turned out he was okay. It was just like, I think it was Van Dijk went into him after that save, actually. But he was okay. But yeah, the save was absolutely top drawer. And again, you know, it's 2-0 at the time. Obviously, he keeps it at 2-0. If they score then, they've got even longer to get their second goal. So yeah, massive moments, massive moments, and a massive save. That'll be on Redmen TV 2 at some point whenever we start speaking, by the way. So feel free to check it out post after that. Let's go boss for Allison, because I think he deserves it, to be honest with you. He didn't have a single chance with the Matheus Cunha goal. It's a lovely goal. But what he did have to do today, I thought he did it exceptionally well, as he so often does, and everyone else seems to be agreeing with me, which is nice. I should have caught that one. That's a good point, actually, later on. And that would have took the sting out of the situation as well, because we were on the ropes, might be a little bit too far, but under pressure, defo. And he could have caught that, couldn't he? So I'm just going to drag him down a touch to there. Still think he was boss, but yeah, I tend to agree. Trent. Let's do Trent. What do we think? Yeah, I knew you were going to be fuming with me. Let's do Trent. Messing. Okay. Once again, you're messing. Low sound, high. They are allowed to straddle, by the way, just as a point of reference. They are allowed to straddle. A lot of people saying you're messing for Trent, though, so straddling might not be in order. We've had a couple of sounds coming in. Yeah, what is usually sort of, he's not an orthodox right back, is he? So what is normally sort of is go-to stock in trade safety blanket, if you like, can be his use of possession or his range of passing, which is absolutely, you know, off the charts. That really wasn't there for all to see today. He was very poor on the ball, gave the ball away far too much, and in dangerous situations at that as well. I remember one, he tried to switch over to Andy Robertson left-footed and just straight into the path. I think it was João Gomez. Yeah, we weren't punished for anything Trent did necessarily, but yeah, could have been on another day, let's put it like that. One ball to Salah, we should have really scored from, had Salah stayed on side. But yeah, I'm the least negative person in this chat, I might say, to be honest with you. I get accused of being the opposite of that sometimes as well, so don't really know how that works, but there we go. Yeah, let's put Trent in somewhere. I'm tempted to straddle him. I don't think it was all bad from Trent, and despite my obvious negativity, I'm tempted to be relatively positive, but I'm going to let you guys decide. I've had a mid sound, which is kind of doing my argument a little bit of favours. God, we're struggling, aren't we? No straddle. He does put teammates under pressure with his passing sometimes, I'll give you that. High sound, says Holly. I think we're straddling. I think we're straddling. I'm going to get absolutely bombarded for that, but I can take it. I can take him, a big boy. Let's do Ibu. Only 45 minutes of Ibu today. Taken off at half time. Protecting him, yeah, it's a good point. It would be, yeah, you're absolutely spot on, by the way. It's chalk and cheese first and second half today. Really, really is. Jekyll and Hyde performance from the Reds, but 3 points nonetheless. Lots of people saying sound for Ibu. I thought, I can't really give him boss because he has to be taken off at half time. So I don't really think it warrants a boss. If you're forced into a change at centre back because one of your centre backs is walking a tightrope for getting a red card, I don't think that justifies a boss performance. I think he was sound first half, I do. But yeah, whatever you think of the yellow cards, whatever you think of the incidents, he's booked and then he makes a foul minutes later. So yeah, I do struggle to be overly positive about Konate's performance. But anyone wants to disagree with me, then that's fine. High sound. Not boss, he wasn't concentrating. Okay, Konate low. He kicked the ball away though as well at one point, and yeah, how can you not trust a player to knock it? Because I think once you've been booked and then you've given away, we did it with Mac Allister recently. I can't remember which game it was now, but Mac Allister had been booked, Bournemouth, and gives away a foul. You've got to get him off quickly because you know what's going to happen. The softest, the most nothing of next fouls, he's gone. So yeah, it's the smart thing to do from honestly. It's annoying, and I get it, but yeah, it doesn't take much these days, does it? Doesn't take much. Ibu's going in sound. Let's do Virgil, shall we? Let's do Virgil. Just sound, says Matt. Good. You're messing sound. Players don't get subbed off. Ooh. Okay. Low sound. Okay, I'm happy with that now. Mikey said that. Sound means like they were all right. They were just okay. They were like, yeah. So if I was doing it in numbers terms, I'd probably say this is like 1 to 3, maybe 1 to 4, perhaps, you're messing. Sort of there's 4 and down. This is like a 5 to 7.5, perhaps, maybe 8. And then 8 and above, boss. There you go. I've never done that before, but hopefully that helps. Virgil van Dijk. What we're saying, high sound, low boss, high sound. Cam says high sound, low sound, not his usual standard. Virgil was high sound, lots of high sounds coming in. Yeah, I thought he's okay. 1 or 2 lapses in concentration for me from Virg, kind of indicative of the entire team. Second half, really. I would have liked it to have been him to step up and grab that second half by the scruff of the neck and grab those around him by the scruff of the neck as well and saying, sort your shit out, because we were sleepwalking to a very, very disappointing dropping of points there for a little bit. And I'm not sure we saw all of that from Virgil today. But yeah, straddling, says C-Mac. We had a few straddle shouts, which is good. And there's another straddle shout, really, in essence. So yeah, I thought it was okay from Virg. Some good, some not so good. So yeah, I think straddling is a fair enough shout, personally. Andy Robertson. Now, I've seen a lot of people talk about Andy Robbo earlier on. So I want to get your take on this, to be honest, because yeah, I'm somewhat confused by some of the hate he was getting in a different chat. So I want to hear what you guys are saying. Verge 7.5, yeah, it's about right. Low sound, you're messing but better than Trent. High sound. I thought Robertson was okay. One really good cutback early on in the first half when Liverpool were actually playing well, which could have resulted in the goal. But I think it's a Jota one where he gets denied at the near post by a decent Jose Sarr save. Overlapping well, always overlapping well today with Diaz, I thought. His running power really came back to the fore today, because that's been one area I have questioned of his game in terms of, is he the option as often as he used to be for whoever the winger is, Gakpo or Diaz? But I thought he offered himself really well, actually, all day long. So, yeah, you guys seem to be happier with the Robertson performance. And one thing I did notice from Robbo, and kind of whatever, but he was definitely the one as the game got very, very nervy at the end. He was the one trying to G up and get the players and the fans as well sort of calmer and more relaxed, because the game was, like I say, very much on the knife edge. Yeah, okay. I think a lot of people have been positive about Robertson here, which is nice. Low sounds. Yeah, I think he does dovetail with Luis Diaz well, actually. I think Diaz gets back and help him a touch as well, which is good. And I think Diaz is more of a conventional winger in a lot of ways too. Gakpo's brilliant out on the left. It's definitely his best position. But I think Diaz is a more chalk on the boot, stay wide type winger, whereas Gakpo constantly wants to cut in, which I'm not sure. Because it is constant, there's no real... It becomes very predictable, the Robertson thing, because of that, you know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, Jesus, that didn't... Oh, he's only got one magnet on. That's why that's happened. I'm going to have to do something a bit... There you go. Oh, no. I say there you go, that's a disaster. Kind of, there you go. Yeah, that'll be sorted. That'll be sorted a different day, probably tomorrow. Let's do Gravenberch. I want to hear from you guys on Gravenberch as well, actually, because, yeah, low sound. All right, yeah. Flashes of Ryan Gravenberch, I would say. Don't think he's had his greatest week, to be honest. And I think his levels have been so high that I'm very, very reluctant to even question or be critical of him. But I think he's had a bit of an off week. And I think Everton did a bit of a number on him midweek. I don't think he was his best today, really, I must admit. He's the one who ends up diving across Cunha to try and do something about the goal, but never really threatened to be honest. Yeah, I think low sound's probably a fair assessment, and this is a very fair assessment as well, to be honest, because Gravenberch has lived up here. Like, we've been charging him rent in the boss zone all season long. Today, not so much for me. And it might well be this. He's played a lot of footy. This was my forever concern with Ryan Gravenberch. Like, it really was. Maybe at some point in the minutes we'll just catch up with him. I hope that's not the case. I really, really do. Because anyone who thinks we don't ask for signings here at Redmen TV, I was championing for some backup to Ryan Gravenberch all January long. Never arrived. And I just hope we're not starting to see the reasons or the effects as to that. No. Yeah, not writing him off, far from it. Been boss all season long, and fingers crossed he can be boss for the rest of the season as well. Just for today, it was a little bit of an off day, personally. I've done another magnet here. These magnets are absolutely crucifying me, and that's not coming off either. Not that me peeling me skin off. Alexis Mac Allister. Let's do Alexis, shall we? I must admit, I thought he was having a decent game until he wasn't, and then all of a sudden, about 3 or 4 times in space like 5 minutes, he just gave the ball away every single time he had it, it felt like. Odd, really odd. For somebody who's normally your go-to man in any situation, it feels like as good as Szoboszlai and Gravenberch have been this season, and they absolutely have been, he's normally the one you can rely upon regardless. And it still kind of was the case, but he just had that weird out-of-body experience few minutes whereby it felt like everything he did was wrong. But outside of that, I thought he was his usual self, which is good. Low sound is combative as usual. High sound, lots of high sounds. Yeah, I tend to agree with you guys. Best corner take, yeah, his delivery of corners is very, very, very good. Always feel more comfortable when it's him. We actually nearly made a corner, like a routine corner, come to something in the first few minutes, didn't we? The Trent shot. Probably should be speaking about again, but there we go. Macca was boss. Okay, sound first half. Around the same as Robbo. I'm hoping you put him somewhere where he can lean on somebody else because he's lost a magnet. He says, and then turns around and realises it's not possible. He's quite stable there. That's fine. He's quite stable there. We are so unthreatening from corners later, but he's our best corner. Yeah, the corner thing, I'm not going to go into it now because it's done my head in forever. Yeah, I'm not going to do it now. I'm really tempted to, but I'm not going to do it now. Dom Szoboszlai. What do you make of Dom? Another nearly moment for Dom from range, actually. Good effort, to be fair. Drives into space as he does so often. Hits, I know, the board setup's been really good. Today, much like Liverpool, it's kind of fallen to pieces, to be honest. But yeah, I'll do some touch-ups this week, don't worry about it. Dom Szoboszlai in the meantime. High sound for Dom. Nice touches, great running, always great running. His running power is unrivaled, isn't it? And again, come back to that goal-bound effort. It was very Steven Gerrard-esque. I know Carver said it in commentary, but it did have all the hallmarks of a Gerrard into space, right-hand side of the box, about 20, 25 yards out. Hits it across the keeper. skims wide in this instance, but he's got that in his locker. He really, really has. And unfortunately today, are we back? Are we back? Cool, we're back. Don't worry about that. Absolutely sound. Yeah, much like Liverpool in the second half, we just decided to go missing for a minute there. A lot of people in the chat saying, the stream, you're messing. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, we're back though. We're back. Just in time to do Louis Diaz. Wasn't Steve this time, no. It was very much just me stood here confused. I was speaking to myself for about 2.5 minutes there. I got more sense out myself though, so put your back together, chat. Louis Diaz. Like nothing ever happened. We'll clip that out. It won't be fine. Louis Diaz, what do you think? Scores, does something he hasn't done all year, which sounds like a lie, but isn't, and gets the penalty. So positive from Louis Diaz. And I thought his all-round play was decent as well. Actually, I've been super critical of Diaz as the 9. I don't think that experiment has worked really well. But I think today, back in what I would suggest is his most favourite and his usual position, I thought he was much, much better, personally. Johnsy agrees as well. Bottom man the match. Okay. Very strange goal. But there is that old, football theory that when you haven't scored for a while, you just need one to go off your arse. It kind of comes off his midriff. But what I will say about the goal is he's part of the build-up to it. Jota was integral with his turn, and he follows it up. He doesn't just wait on his heels and sees how it pans out. He's anticipating, he's on the move. So you've got to give him some credit. And PJ Morel attack, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Michael Oliver's hit the servers. No, I thought he was good. Today, I must admit. And good in so much as we needed him to be, because without Cody Gakpo, we did lose, or we have lost for a very brief period of time, one of our most informed attackers. So somebody had to deliver something, and credit where it's due. I think Louis Diaz does do that. So I think we're going to go for a low boss for Louis, which is weird. I turned around to see the word low boss straight away. So we'll take that all day long. Let's do Diogo. I mentioned a moment ago, for the first goal, I think he does really, really well. He's not given a great pass into feet, but he makes the most of it and then some. The turn is exceptional, gets us playing really, really good. I'm still pissed off by the dive. And not just because it was a dive, but because he didn't need to do it either. Like, he's done the work. It's over. You can see the whites of the keeper's eyes. You can see the goalposts. Stay on your feet, move on, and hit it. Doesn't do any of that. Decides to hit the deck. No idea why, to be honest with you. People are not happy. Sometimes good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah, like that. Sound, boss first half, you're messing. Second, that does kind of give us a bit of fair to middling. You're messing. If he doesn't dive, it's 3-0, game over. I'm kind of inclined to agree with that as well, to be honest with you. No diving, please. Diogo made the first goal mid-sound. Straddling, messing from Freedom Journey. I think that's a little bit harsh, I must admit. I'm tending to go down the sound route for Diogo. Not necessarily a high sound, though. If we just nudge Virgil a touch, I can pop him in there. I thought first half, again, he was at the heart of the goal, so credit for that. Second half, yeah, the dive, and we never really got to grips with the second half. I don't think he particularly helped in that phase either, and then was substituted, so yeah. Mo Salah could have stayed onside, let's be honest. 1-0 Spurs, is it? Yeah, funny that. Sounds for Mo. You're messing for Jota. If Wolves equalise, yeah, I did fear that. I'd not just feared the goal, but a lot of me was like, we're going to spend so long dissecting the Jota thing. We don't need to that so much now because we win the game. But yeah, had that have come back to bite us on the arse, it would have been a lot of finger pointing towards Diogo, and rightfully so as well, to be honest. Salah scores the pen. Don't think it was a dive, Natalie, no. I think it was a dive. Yeah, I think it was a dive. He initiates the contact. The only reason there's contact between the defender and Jota is because Jota just sort of pushes his left foot into him. So you can't do that. And not in the age of VAR as well. Like, on field, at full speed, looks like a Stonewall pen, but the second you see a single replay, I was laughing in there because you just knew. He knew what he was doing. Let's do Mo. Again, the penalty was really good. Looked like he was about to absolutely smash the pen, and then just at the last second, just decelerates and just dinks it down the middle. Lovely, lovely penalty. One of his better ones, actually, for me as well. Getting wrestled again, yeah, he was manhandled, let's put it that way, by a numerous Wolves defenders. But again, that's often the case. Watching on someone's phone in the Barbers, and it was a dive. Okay. Salah was boss. Trent 1v1 was amazing. Okay. Boss sound for Salah. He was good but heavy today. Mid sound for Mo was bullied by 8-0. Yeah, 8-0 had a really good game. The Wolves lads who we were sort of potentially having one eye on in terms of I quite like them. Could they play for Liverpool? 8-0, Mateus Cunha. A little bit of João Gomes for me as well, to be honest. I'm a big fan. And Andre, obviously. I was quite impressed by them all, to be honest with you. Particularly Mateus Cunha, obviously. 90% say Jota messing, and you put, I'm not sure 90% of people said Jota you're messing, did they? Have I missed something? Is that while we were off air? Thanks, Nologs, too. Did I give him sound, or is he proper straddling? And is he mostly in your messing there? Might need to pop and get your eyes sorted. It was never 90%, was it? Thank you very much. Endo's card's coming. Don't worry, Endo's card's coming. We're about to do all the subs. Got Jarell, we've got Wataru, we've got Connor, and we've got Darwin. Let's start off with the latter, shall we? Darwin Núñez. Never really threatened, did he? Let's be honest. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. We've got too much to say about Darwin Núñez's performance there, to be fair. And again, mainly due to the fact that we just never got going in that second half at all. We never produced any sustained spell of pressure. The only moments were fleeting. It was the Salah offside one. It was Jota pen we've just discussed as well. He never really got into the game at all, did he? As said by Sean here, yeah. Straddle, you're messing. Horrendous. Little sound, you're messing. Yeah, okay. You're messing very sound. Darwin high sound. Next to Trent, mid sound. NA, craptastic. Yeah, I think we've got a general sense of what we're thinking about Darwin. I'm going to pop him just there. Conor Bradley. These are the three now we could probably be a little bit kinder to be honest. Conor had a shaky start to his role today, but I thought he got better, actually, and ended up doing really, really well late on as well. So, yeah, good cameos from these next three today. Oh, we're running out of battery. That's not good. What's happened to the battery there? How's that not plugged in? Somebody give me a... You know what? Let's quickly wrap this up. Bradley was sound. Bradley was high sound. Yeah, Bradley was sound. I tend to agree. More than sound, actually. Going to pop him there. Wataru Endo, for those asking a moment ago. Let's do Wataru Endo. Boss, wasn't he? And I was pissed off when he gave away the free kick because there was just no need. I think it was him, possibly Gravenberch, possibly Mac Allister, could have been Szoboszlai. In the round the situation, he was going nowhere. Run down a blind alley. He felt the need to give away free kick anyway. But then after that, exactly what you want from Wataru Endo. Coming in, shutting the game down. Hero. Hero is the word. Absolutely it is. Good. Endo sound. Boss lad. Low boss. Yeah, let's do this. Wataru, well done, my mate. Jarell Quansah. What do you think about Jarell Quansah today? Listen, let's have it right. Doesn't really matter what else happened. That fucking tackle, that interception, however you want to describe it, was huge. That felt like the most nervy of moments in the entire game. We were under the cosh at that point. We really, really were. And Wolves have worked it beautifully. It's a goal waiting to happen. And then Jarell Quansah arrives. Like, massive, massive moment. In the circumstances, it was huge. Hero again, yeah, 100% that. Boss. Just so boss. and so pivotal, like I say. Could be defining that. Could be title defining. You just never know. You just never know. Jarell House, straddle down, straddle. I can't really straddle him. I haven't got anywhere to straddle him to. You can kind of straddle like that. Arne Slot and the man of the match, please. Let's make it quick. Arne Slot. I think it's fair to say he got his subs right now. I think he got his subs right. Given that 2 of them are there and 1 of them is probably a little bit low over there as well. Yeah, and making the Konate change at half-time was a risk because, you know, Quansah hasn't had the greatest season of all time. I think it was necessary, to be honest with you, but it's still a gamble, and Quansah produces that moment and a pretty solid second-half display. So, yeah, good. Got his subs right. The hate towards Mo Salah, mid-sound. We needed Endo during the derby, yeah, can't disagree with that either. Oh, not much space for Arne. I'm going to have to straddle Connor and pop Arne there, and he's going to have to be happy with it. And then man the match-wise, who are we saying? Talk to me. Who are we saying? We had a couple of shouts for Allison Becker. We had a couple of shouts for Arne. No, we haven't. Somebody else mentioned Arne. So Endo, man the match. Over Diaz and Endo's cards. The 2 of them, yeah. Interesting. Endo, man the match. Ali, man the match. Endo. Virg. Diaz again with a Lucho. What do we think? We were overrun. Yes, Wolves, not enough. You're messing today. People say I'm negative. Ali or Endo, Allison. There's quite a few Ali shouts coming in. Ali all day long. Ali, it's Ali or Endo. Do you know what? I'm seeing more Endo. It's like 4 with our Endo on the spin there. I think we might have our man. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Diaz, Ali, Virgil, Diaz, Ali, Diaz. I'm starting to get a clear picture in my mind. I can't lie to you. Not very clear man of the match today, but Diaz for you. We had a few, okay, they're starting to get mixed up a little bit. I'm going to give it like 30 seconds, and then I'm going to put it over whoever's head I see the name of most right now. Let's do this. Let's do this, shall we? Couple of Quansahs. Who made the least mistakes? Yeah, I'm torn between 2, to be honest with you. If it's up to me, it's Allison or Endo. I know that's very obvious given what we've just seen in the chat, but it really is. The Allison save is magnificent, but I don't think that's enough to justify. He played 90 minutes and comes up with that 1 massive save. I know it's not his fault he wasn't that busy. He should catch the one where he doesn't catch it. The Endo giving away that cheap free kick did do me head in. The only one who never really put a foot wrong in my mind is probably Jarell, thinking about it. Oh, God, this is tough. Robbo got it on Sky. Yeah, you're all right. I love Robertson, but no, not today. Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it between the 2 of them. Absolute shithouse. Move Endo to the left and share man of match. That's kind of what I did. Yeah, Endo did. Yeah, that free kick did me end the touch. You must admit. I think Jarell Quansah is probably just about my pick. There you go. Have that. Sound. That's that done. I'm going to knock it on the head now because the battery's about to die. Liverpool won 2-1 against Wolves, which was good. Kind of. It was good. Yeah, 3 points. 7 points clear, which is all that matters. Mo Salah, penalty. Luis Diaz, goal. Jarell Quansah, massive moment late on. Big Allison save. Wataru Endo shutting the game down superbly well. Conor Bradley, absolutely rock solid at right back too. Positives, some. Negatives, also some. Ultimately, we live to fight another day, and it's how we perform thereafter. I said it earlier on in a different part of the show. If that was our blip, sound. I can live with that being our blip. Plymouth, gutting. Everton, gutting. Today, slightly concerning second half. Draw a line under it, move on. Villa next, then City, then Newcastle. Massive 3 games of football. We will be back, of course, tomorrow for the podcast in the afternoon, plus all the other good stuff that we've got coming all week long, including Aston Villa in the watch-along. I'm going to say this now. I went to Aston Villa. I'm going to Aston Villa on Wednesday night. I'm going to the away. And the only time I've been there before is the year we won the league. Just saying. Sound. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for getting involved in this bit, the last bit, every single bit of the show. It's been a pleasure as always. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.